Hello everyone. This is for my sister Barbara. My sister called the other day with a question on her mind because she had gone to a church service. She's going now to Unity Church, and it's been wonderful for her and opening her up to many new vistas of consciousness. And at the particular talk that she had attended that Sunday morning, the theme was on loving kindness and how to be more loving. And she called me to ask a question, which she does periodically. She enjoys conversation on many spiritual topics with me. And her question was, well, what had happened was the church service caused her to reflect on some experiences of the last few days in her household, having 4 daughters and a husband, a very busy surgeon, and all that she manages out of her home. And the experience was that with the wonderful speaker talking about being loving and expressing love, all my sister could do was to recollect how she had just gotten to such a point of frustration a couple of days before that when she was screaming at the children. And this, of course, led her after church to really reflect on how she had behaved and feeling rather down about that. So her question was, well, what does one do to become more loving? It's a very good question. And I pondered it for a time because the question was coming from a place of our busyness and our lives and how we approach everything that we want to accomplish. We want to be good. We want to do the right thing. In so many ways, especially as women, we want to be perfect. We expect we should be perfect. And so now she was approaching this question of how to be more loving from the point of view of, is there something I need to study? Is there a book I need to read? Is there something I need to do? What should I practice? And you could hear the wheels turning in her mind as if, is this just pointing to one more thing that I have to put on my to-do list? Okay, all the things I have to do today and be more loving. So what I want to address in this little talk is what it means. What does it really mean to be more loving when we ask ourselves that, or we have that desire? And what I want to say to my sister and to all the other busy mothers and busy people out there is that there is nothing that you need to do in order to become more loving. Because this is a question about what love really means and about who we are as these spiritual beings inhabiting these bodies and having an experience here on the earth plane. Because the bottom line is that it is the definition of who we are. Once we really can turn inward and experience our essence, the essence of who we are, our essential nature is love. We are extensions of God consciousness in these bodies having a life experience. And that essence that is God is only love. It is all encompassing, all embracing. And that is who we are. That's the fundamental place to start our understanding. And when we ask, well, how can I be more loving? Or we recollect, as my sister did, an experience where we've judged ourselves as being not loving or not as loving or not behaving in the way that we would have liked to. And what that is an indication of, it's a message for us. Everything we experience in the external world is a message, a teaching for us. And in this case, what is that teaching? That teaching is that if I behave, when I behave in a way that is not loving, it's a direction to me that I am not loving toward myself. It's a invitation, a direction, if you will, to stop and to become still and to turn inward and to remember to be with, even if it's for 30 seconds or a minute, to be with that still place within where I can remember and feel that vibration of love that is the infinite and eternal God, which is me, which is emanating through me. And to forgive myself for my transgression, for my not living up to my own ideas of being perfect, which is what we grapple with here all the time. To love myself more, to realize that I cannot be loving toward the children. I cannot give to everyone in my household continually without remembering to give to myself. To take that time to touch base with myself and be within my own space of quiet, my own space of strength. And that's the reminder, the message for each one of us around this question of how can I be more loving? Remember, the way to be more loving is to love yourself and to find that quiet place within.